He's chasing Cobra in a desperate race, soaring and diving in a great sky chase.
You did it, Joe!
G.I. Joe Falcon Glider and Cobra Viper Glider sold separately. Figures included from Hasbro.
Yo, Joes, welcome back to this place. Big thanks to Uncle Deluxe Art for this beautiful custom sign for the 80s Toy Museum. And today we're taking a careful look at the Cobra Command Attack Glider, the VIPER. An extra careful look at it because this is not mine. It's on loan from my good pal Lou, Lightning Lou, who you may remember from the Streets of Rage playthroughs a while back. Got a yoga block to hold it up. The box is just slightly squashed, but it's pretty wild to get to see one of these in person. First time I've ever seen one in person, last time probably as well. These things go for quite a bit of money. I took a quick look on eBay and they run from, I don't know, something like $500-600 up to over $1,000. And they're very, very rare. A lot of them didn't survive because the glider itself is actually like styrofoam. If you remember some of those really cheap gliders you could buy at the corner store, the convenience store. I used to buy the little plain ones. They were made to look like World War II planes. And this is made of the same material. Before we get to the actual glider and the figure though, take a look at the beautiful custom box art, as always in the early years, by the legendary Hector Garrido. That's kind of funny. It looks like he was maybe supposed to be holding something. And they just maybe removed it. It's kind of a weird pose to have while you're gliding. And then the window for the figure, and on the sides of the box a photograph of the actual toy, a little bit squished. And I got a show on the top too. There's a vintage Toys R Us price tag with an original price. Looks like $6.97. And there's a diagram showing off how you can use the VIPER glider. You can do a barrel loop, make your VIPER soar, loop, and glide high in the sky. Once again, showing you that G.I. Joe was the ultimate outside toy. It wasn't just something to play with inside, but really encouraged kids to go outside. And well, you needed the space outside. You couldn't use this in the house. And some techniques to try here: an assault glide, as well as a boomerang side loop, and a little description here on what that's all about. Over on the side there is an actual file card for the VIPER pilot, and here's the VIPER glider out of the box. It did include this VIPER glider pilot figure, who included a rubber band to secure him onto the VIPER glider. And the body construction is very similar to, this is a little precarious, I don't want to break that heel. The Cobra officer and Cobra trooper, looks like he's a combination of both of those figures. We'll take a closer look at him in a second, but here's the actual VIPER glider. And it's this giant piece of styrofoam with camo all over it and some Cobra stickers, and you could actually bend these up to get a little bit of steering on the thing. And it also comes with these little fins, which just insert into here like so. It doesn't go in there all that securely, so that, I mean, this was, I'm being extremely careful with this, which is kind of ridiculous because that is not what it was created for. It was meant to be thrown around and hit trees and bushes and telephone poles. But the design is so that if it does hit something, these will just come right off and you can pop them back in. It looks like it's been used a little bit, but it is in really incredible condition. And a lot of these just don't exist anymore because styrofoam is just not as durable as plastic. On the underside here, there is this plastic piece, which Lou put in for me and he will take out. I am not messing with that. I don't want to risk damaging this, but this is the part that attaches to the figure. So this is a little backpack peg, and what you do is you just plug the figure into there. Even though it's not a typical looking backpack peg with the grooves all over it, it actually does fit perfectly and snugly. So you can also take the elastic, which I'm not going to try to do that. Old elastic, in my experience, when you try to stretch it out, it breaks. But he's on there nice and secure even without it. If you were to throw it around, though, you would definitely want to secure him with you know, a new elastic probably. It doesn't have anything to hold on to. I'm thinking of some of the later glider vehicles had little posts for the guy to hold on to, and this is just kind of, you can pretend there's something up there to hold on to, or you can just move his hands down. And I've seen pictures of it in the past, but it's not until I've actually held it here right now in my hands I realize how humongous it is. It is actually much, much bigger than you would imagine. So there's your 3 3/4 figure, and he is just dwarfed by this thing. I've seen a couple of customs over the years made out of just paper, printed paper, and much, much smaller. Kind of a cool idea if you just want some sort of either Viper glider, or the Joe equivalent of this was the Falcon glider. And I guess from having one of those for years, I've just kind of been under the impression that these were smaller than they actually were. But the original one is humongous. Got a little bit of weight to it too. So I could see it going quite far when you give it a good throw. And a closer look at Cobra's original pilot, the Viper pilot. Beautiful shape. Great silver paint on the arm there, as well as the Cobra symbol on his chest. Doesn't look like he was on too many gliding missions. And while I'm not too keen on taking this thing outside and actually throwing it around, I've got no problems whatsoever using a little bit of movie magic and letting him take to the clouds. Again, Lou, for letting me take a closer look at this very rare Joe item. Thank you to all the members of the Patreon tribe for supporting the channel, and thank you to the channel panel. Yeah, I'm a big fan of rhymes, and I thought the channel members needed something a little more interesting than just being called channel members all the time, so henceforth they shall be known as the channel panel. Thank you for hitting join. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch it. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section, and to join the tribe, hit subscribe. And remember to tap the bell for notifications on when new videos drop. Till next time, Nerdmas Day!